our topic for today is waveform generation using DAC. So before diving into this topic, I would request you all to first see my video on DAC, the link for which is given below in the description. Now coming to waveform generation. So you know that DAC gives you digital to analog. So using this analog, which is then passed through a 741 IC, will give you analog values which can give us waveforms. Now these waveforms will be either square wave, triangular wave, trapezoidal or sawtooth wave. So coming to how will we generate these waveforms using the DAC. So what happens is, for a square wave, DAC itself will take digital inputs. These digital inputs have to be given from a source. In our case, our source is 8085 microprocessor. So for square wave, if you see, we have a ground level and a high level. So our input to the DAC, the digital inputs have to be low and high. These low and high inputs will come from a 8085 processor. Now, if you studied even the basic of 8085 microprocessor, you will know that 8085 on its own has no I/O ports, no memory, or it's just a CPU basically. So to connect the 8085 to DAC or any other peripheral device, there is a special peripheral IC. In our case, this IC will be IC 8255. Now this 8255 is basically developed by Intel to work along with Intel's processors, which are 8085 and 8086. These processors do not have I/O ports. So 8255 acts as a peripheral IC for these processors to help them connect to the outside peripheral devices. Now this is either a 40 or a 44 pin IC, depending on which version you use, and in total this gives us 24 I/O ports. I repeat, in general, I/O pins, in general 8255 gives us 24 I/O pins. Now these I/O pins are divided basically into three ports, port A, B and C. Each of these ports is a 8-bit port. I repeat, each of this is a 8-bit or a 8-pin port. The reason for it to be 8-bit or 8-pin, 8085 is a 8-bit microprocessor. Same goes for 8086. So that is why we will only use 8-pin or 8-bit ports A, B, C, which together make us 24 I/O pins. So I can connect 24 devices if they are 1-pin devices. Now DAC is a 8-pin device. So that will require 8 pins out of here, and you will be left with 16 more I/O pins to work with. So now let's see how this connection of 8255 works with your DAC. So basically what will happen is, this is your 8085. The 8085 microprocessor is a kit which I'll show you in the experiment. So this kit can be connected to 8255. This is also in the kit, but there will be just connections from one jumper end to the other, one connector to another. This 8255, now since I need 8 pins, so via 8 pins, which could be either of the ports, so these are 8 pins, of any port A, B, C will be connected to your inputs of DAC. And if you remember, or if you've just viewed my video on DAC, you will know these pins which are inputs to DAC are pin numbers 5 to 12. So they are 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 5 being the MSB and 12 being the LSB. Now basically these ports have different modes to work in. So which port do I want to connect and which mode will that port work in is all defined using the control word or control register of 8085. I repeat, I have this which works as an 8-bit, I have this which works as an 8-bit, this can work as 4-bit C upper and C lower. So I want to use this as complete 8-bit, or I want to use this as 4/4 with lower nibble and higher nibble, depends on the user's choice. But which port am I going to connect here and in what mode will be decided using the control register. So before that, let us see what are the modes. So basically the IC on its own can work in 2 modes, like each of these IO pins can work in 2 modes, which is BSR and IO mode. BSR is basically bit set reset mode. So if I just want to work with 1 bit, so I can use it as bit addressable, but here I am not using as 1 bit, I am using the entire port. So I am using these ports in input output mode. So this is what we are concerned with. So our ports will be functioning as IO ports. This is the first mode. Now even in IO port, it is further defined as 3 different modes. So in IO mode you have mode 0, mode 1 and mode 2. How each of these works. So basically mode 0 is simple IO input output. Mode 1 is strobed IO mode. So what is the difference in simple and strobed? Now strobed allows handshaking. What is handshaking is basically your 8085 and 8255 will have different frequencies of work. Reason being, 8255 will work now on DAC's frequency. So with the help of handshaking, 8085 can be brought down or up to the frequency to match with DAC. I repeat, what handshaking does is, so strobed IO allows handshaking. So in this case, since the 2 devices, 8085 and whatever peripheral, will have different work frequencies, the 2 of them are brought down or raised to the peripheral's frequency. So when the frequencies are matched, that is called handshaking. Strobed IO allows handshaking mode. Simple IO does not allow handshaking. And mode 2 is basically bidirectional strobed. So what happens here is basically not just the 8085 can be brought to peripheral frequency, even peripheral can be brought to 8085 frequency. So that is why bidirectional strobe. Now let's look at the register, control word register, and what should be the values to match whatever mode we want to work in. So this is how the control register looks like. It is an 8-bit register. This 8-bit register has pit D7, which decides whether it is working in BSR or IO mode. So BSR or IO mode is defined using this. Now if this bit is 0, it works in BSR. If this bit is 1, it works in IO mode. Since I want to work in IO mode, this bit for us will always be 1. Followed by D6 and D5 define group A mode. So they will define what mode will port A work in. So here you can have values 00, 01 and 10. This is mode 0. So when your port A works in mode 0, port A works in mode 1 and port A works in mode 2. Mode 0, 1, 2 as given here. The next is PA. This defines whether my port will work as input or output. So even if you are in IO mode, will the 8085 give output or will it take input? For port A is defined here. So if this is 0, 8085 will give output. If this is 1, 8085 will take input. The next is PCU. So this functions in similar way. That is, if this is 0, the port C upper will work as output, and if it is 1, it will work as input. Then the next we have is group B mode. Now group B can work only in 2 modes, so it requires only 1 bit. If this is 0, it works in mode 0. If this is 1, it works in mode 1. It cannot work in mode 2. The next is PB. So PB works similar to PA. That is, if this bit is 0, it is output. If this bit is 1, it is input. And the last one is PCN. So the lower nibble of C. Again, if this is 0, it will work as output, and if this is 1, it will work as input. So this is the control register. Depending on my mode and depending on whether input output, so in our case yes, input output, and depending on which port to use, I will define what value will I give to my microprocessor. So as you've already seen, I drew the control register. Now we'll move to the programs. What will be the input to the microprocessor so that we get waveforms? So if you understand, we'll start with square wave, okay? So for a square wave, what you need is a low input for quite some time, followed by a high input again for some time. So how do we give this? The first thing is we'll have to define a control word or control register. That how will the control register look? So for now I am defining all of them in mode 0 and in output mode. So if I want mode 0 and output mode, except for the first pin, which was D7, which will be 1 because I am working as IO, the rest all will be zeros. So that gives me 1 0 0 0 0 0 0 0. This sums up to 80H in hex. So we'll have to write our code in hex. So my first step will be move this value to your accumulator, MVI A. Because I am moving immediate data, I have MVI. I stands for move immediate. This data will be put into accumulator first, because only via accumulator can I give values to control word. Now this value I want to throw out to control word. So by the user or by intent, the instruction is defined as out, and the address of control register is 13H. I repeat, this 13H is the address of control register or control word. So what happens with out is whatever is in the accumulator goes to the specified address. So in our word, example, control word. So 80 will go to your control register. So now your mode is IO mode. Each of the ports is output port working in mode 0. Now I will start giving my program, because I have initiated the simple IO mode, and now I can start giving data to my 8255 through which we will give it to the DAC. So the first thing I want to give is low value. So the lowest value possible for square wave is, you can give any value, but to see a good amplitude of square wave, I will give 0 0 for low and FF for edge. You could give 5 5 AA, whatever, but this should be lower than this value. I want a good amplitude, so I will give 0 0 and FF. So MVI A 0 0 H. Now suppose I want to use port A. So I have to give this data to port A. So like you have out to send whatever is accumulator to control word is 13. Similarly for port A you will use out. So whatever is in accumulator goes out to port A if I write a 10 here. So basically how this works is 10 is the address for port A, 11 is port B, 12 is port C, 13 is control word or control register. I want to use port A. So I have given MVI A00 out 10H. So now this value has gone to port A. So I have come here. I'll draw this and show. So I have come here. I want to repeat this value for a certain amount of time. I want to keep staying here for a certain amount of time. Either you repeat this steps 10 number of times, like you'll say MVI 00 out 10, keep repeating the loop. Or second option is we can call a delay. We can write a delay code and just give that address here. So for now I will just write this as delay and I will say call delay. So because of call delay, from here I have come till here. Now next what I want to do is go high. So as I already told you, for high I will be using FFH. So I'll use MVI A FFH. Now this FFH again I need to give to the port A. So you will say out 10. Now you will say in call delay for every step I have not done out 10. The reason being this value is held at port A. So जितना time pass होगा उतने time तक port A वही value out देता रहेगा. Now I am changing the value, that is why I am again giving to port A. Here I was not changing the value, I was continuously giving 0. So that is why whatever, even if I spend 4 hours here, the processor will keep giving 00 to port A, which will give it to DAC. After whatever delay time, I am changing the value and hence I change this again to out 10H. So now accumulator value FF will go to port A. And now how much ever time I stay here, the port A will continuously be receiving value FF. So I want to waste this time here, obviously. Now since it is a square wave, this has to be equal to this. I repeat, since this is a square wave, the T1 time period has to be equal to T2. And therefore what I do is again call the same delay. So I'll write a delay code separately and I'll just call it in our program. Or you can include it here, but then rather than writing those steps twice, when you know your processor has limited memory, we'll just call delay. Now this has completed one cycle. If you want to stop here, you can give RST1 like you've been giving in other programs. But if I want to continue my square wave, that means I want a continuous wave. So what I'll do is, I will say jump back to L1 and I will write my L1 here. So I will keep coming back here. So what happens is now next 00 is given to the port A and from port A to DAC. It is sent out as I said already and then call delay, then again FF, repeat 00, repeat and so on. So this is the program for square wave. The next wave we are going to work on is triangular. So let's see how triangular wave works. Now in case of triangular, the first two steps will be the same because I am writing a new code, so I will also have to reiterate or reinitiate my control word. So the same thing, all as output ports in mode 0, so I have given 80 to my control word. Now for triangular wave again I will start with 00, go higher, come down. This is triangular wave. Like in this case, these values may not start at 0, may not end at FF. You can take any value of your choice. I am only doing it for good amplitude because you know already your processor works in microseconds. So the first value, since I am taking 00, I write MVI A 00H. I will do out 10H. This has gone to port A. What is our next step? Do I want a delay here? No. I want to increase with time. So time keeps passing. Even here, if you see, when you've done call delay, you are only giving the, y coordinate, that is 0. The x coordinate, which is time, keeps on increasing on its own. So same way over here, I have to just give my y coordinate value. The time itself will keep increasing as the processor progresses. So what I want to do is give the next value. Either you can write MVI A01, MVI A02, MVI. How much are you going to write? Simpler way out, you will just do increment accumulator. So now my accumulator becomes 0, 1. But till when? There has to be a point when I want to stop. I want to stop at FF. So what I will do is, I will compare my accumulator with FF. You know, comparison will raise the 0 flag. If the two values are equal, 0 flag will be raised. So what I will do is, till my flag is not raised, I will go back and send that value to port A, from port A to DAC. Then again increment. If it is not equal, I will go back. I will keep repeating this till I reach FF. The minute I reach FF, it will compare. The two values are equal, it will not jump, it will come out. Now from this state, I want to start decreasing. But I have not reached FF. I am at FE. Because the minute I reached FF, I came out. So what I do is MVI A, FFH. Give this FF to port A. And now I have to start coming down. So what will I do? Since this is increment, you will start decrementing your accumulator. Again, till when? So I want to come back to 0. So now the comparison will be compare with 0, 0 till it is not equal. This label has to be different. You will go back to out, because every value I want to give out. If I don't do this step of out, what will happen is your waveform will look like this. You know what? If you give 0, 0 out, you don't go back to out. ये value increment होते जाएगी, value increase होगी, compare होगी, it will jump back. Out नहीं हो रहा है, तो सीधा वो FF पे जाके out होगा. So for this reason, every value has to be sent out to port A, so that you get your proper increasing and decreasing triangle format. Now this has completed. I have come down. The minute it becomes 0, it will come out of the loop. I have completed one waveform. If I want to keep continuing, what I do is I will give a simple jump to L3, and actually I'll have to just erase this because L3 will come here and I will come back here. That means I start, because I don't need to reinitiate my control word for the same program, but I again need to give the value from 0, 0, output it, increment it, compare, keep repeating till it becomes maximum, then start decrementing and repeat. So this is for triangular waveform. Now let us see if I want to work only with sawtooth. So first thing, there is a lot of confusion with what is sawtooth and what is ramp. So what I am going to tell you now is sawtooth. When you have a delay in between the two spikes, that is sawtooth. But at times when you draw this is a ramp. So be sure to include your delay for sawtooth. Now let's start our program. Again same thing, you will put 80 in accumulator. From accumulator we will send it to control word. After this, again I am starting with 0, 0. So I will give MVI A 0, 0H. Move it to port A. Now if you see, this is similar as the increment size of side of triangular wave, because I need to increase and output, increase and output till FF. So what I do is increment accumulator till where? FF. So compare it with FF till it is not 0, because the minute the 2 becomes 0, that means I've reached the maximum. So till it is not 0, I will send the value to port A, from port A to DAC, increment, repeat. The minute it becomes 0, it will not jump, we will come out. Now what I need to do here is, I need to come down directly. I don't have to decrement like in triangular. I have to straight away come down. So what I'll do is I'll write MVI A. Since this value you already know is 0, 0, I will write MVI A 0, 0H. I need to put it out to port A. If I don't, then I will be here only. Even if time increases, you will be stuck here. So I will put it out to port A. Don't forget, any value you want to display has to go out to port A. You may write the right code, but if you forget out 10H, your value is not going out. So wherever you are in the meanwhile, so if I was here, like if I was here and I have forgotten out 10, it will keep wasting time here. So this is very important. So I have come down. Now I have to waste time here. That means I need to give a delay. So I'll write call delay. And after call delay, this completes one cycle. And I want to start the next cycle. So I will do jump to L3. So you will write L3. So these are the three waveforms: square, triangle, sawtooth. Now for homework, I want you all to try trapezoidal and post your answers in the comment box below. This is the experimental setup of a waveform generation using DAC. As you can see, this is the DAC IC. Now you can check the DAC before connecting the 8085. You should check your DAC like we checked in the first semester, and the link is given in the description below. So this is the same DAC circuit, but instead of now giving inputs from 1, 0, that is power supply, we will give these inputs from our 8085. So like I told you, we'll connect the 8255 IC, so 8085 via 8255. So that is the J3 connector. So this J3 connector is 8255, and you can see the IC 8255 is over here. So what we are doing is, now we've connected the various pins of DAC for input, that is from D7 to D0 via port A of 8255 J3 connector. So these port pins are assigned already by the manufacturer, so you'll have to check the book. You get a manual along with the kit. You'll have to check the manual and connect accordingly. I have connected port A. This is my ground pin, and your pin number 5 is VCC. So this VCC and ground have to be supplied power from the J1 connector, which is a common power connector. And also from here I will give the VREF and a common ground. After this is done, you will feed in your program. So I have already fed in the program, since obviously it will take time to online feed every value. So I have fed in the program for square wave and triangle wave as of now. And I have connected the CRO between the output of this 741 IC and the ground pin. So now I have given my program square wave as C200. How do you feed in the program is, you will do reset set C200. One sec. Yeah. And then increment and give the value. So I have already given increment next value, increment next value, increment next value. So till like this you will give the entire program, and at the end of the program what you are going to do is just give 0, 0 to the next 2, 3 bits. So my program ends here. I have given 0, 0 to next 2, 3 bits. Now if I want to execute the program, for putting in or feeding in the program, I did reset set C200 and I started incrementing. For executing, I'll do reset, go to my starting address of square wave is C200. Now you can see that I will also, right now I've kept it at ground. This is at ground, the CRO. I will just execute and remove this from ground. So this is a square wave. Obviously you can check it, you can change the time period, you can change the voltage and get the readings accordingly for the time period and the voltage. Now this is with respect to square wave. Coming to triangular wave, so I will obviously make this ground again, come back here. Now for triangular wave, I'll again do reset, set. Now I have fed in the program as C300. So similarly, reset, set, increment and start writing your code. So this is the code for triangular wave. Once you are done writing the code, last 2-3 addresses will be 00. So here I have given 00. To execute, reset, go to C300 and now we will press execute. Remove this from ground and you can see the triangular wave. Obviously you can change the dimensions according to your requirement, but this is the triangular wave. So similarly we can do for triangle, trapezoidal and sawtooth. So I have already done the programs, so we'll just share the photos of the waveforms. Thank you.